Hey lovelies, it's TC. Welcome back to the Guiding Chariot. I hope you guys are all doing well. It has been a week. So after the last video I filmed, I think it's been about a week actually, I got crazy sick. I had this really disgusting sinus cold. Just a cold, so we're back. We're pretty much back to normal. You might still hear it in my voice, but like I practically had a voice to which to tell you you're reading, so part of the reason why I haven't filmed. I do still want to get out some 8-8 videos, some Lion Gate portal videos for all the signs. I probably will start filming those on Sunday when 8-8 is happening, so we'll be in the energy, so expect those to come out shortly after. I did also just get a new computer, which is wonderful. It's fabulous. I feel like I've come out of the dinosaur age. We're just going to start shuffling as I tell you my little story. I think I'm going to have to download some software on it. I think I had to download some on my old one to transfer the videos and all that, so that might be a bit of a tech adventure for me after this. Yeah, so, you know, there's some weird things, so I can't start filming the 8-8 portal videos today, but I was walking around the house and I was like, I can't not film, like I need to film. So we're just going to do, this probably will be a short one, but we're going to do a little collective reading together. I don't think it's going to be about the actual portal, probably related, because, you know, we're already feeling those energies. Those energies, it's the 6th already. I mean, hello. Come on now. I feel like this one's going to be either going to have a lot of guidance or be about guidance. Like the word guidance just keeps kind of humming around me today. Some of you might feel like you haven't been getting any, maybe. I promise you have. May just feel a little fuzzy. Signal might just feel a little fuzzy. Got a lot of interference going on as we all are going through activations. Some of you may be feeling ascension symptoms. You're back. The World card showed up earlier, actually. Like, literally, I opened the box of this deck and put it on the table, and the World card, like, fell right out. It fell out with the Queen of Pentacles, actually, so it'd be really funny if she shows up, too. Alright. I'm going to show you the cards, don't worry, I'm just kind of... We're just rambling for a little bit. What was I talking about? Oh, yes, so some of you might be feeling... Okay, we're not going to take these guys, but we will take that. Might be feeling some ascension symptoms. Alright. Lovely, okay. We're going to do that. You want to be there. Okay. Go for one more. That is totally alright if you are feeling ascension symptoms. The reason I want to talk about it, look at that, bottom of the deck. Emperor, divine masculine energy. Oh, we got a lot in the final position. You know what? We're going to leave them all. We'll leave you to it. We'll just read you as a set. Okay, sorry. Anyway, that was funny. Don't worry if you are feeling ascension symptoms. You know, and that can be a bunch of different things for different people, but most common, fatigue, headaches. You might feel a little sluggish, right? It's almost like getting an actual cold or a flu, but you're not actually sick. It's just part of the ascension. It's part of that leveling up. As your spiritual body is elevating, it's harder for the physical body to keep up. So it's going to get a little wonky on its way there. So be compassionate to yourself, which was where I was heading with that. Little ramble moment. You know, allow, if you need to take a break, do it, right? If you're, you know, running at 50% one day, that's fine. Make the proper adjustments, right? Because honestly, if you don't know when your body needs to rest and you continue to not take a rest day, eventually your body will tell you, oh, guess what? We're system shut down today, right? So listen to your body for sure. But anyway, let's get into this reading. So first card out, we have the Three of Cups. Lovely celebratory energy. Love this. And honestly, this Three of Cups, I feel more, yes, celebration, have a good time. Honestly, what's coming, this card is actually giving me more like Three of Pentacles vibes, about like coming together. But in where the Three of Pentacles is talking about work-related things or resources coming together, needed tools and supplies and all that kind of stuff. This feels about people coming together. So it's giving me the energy of the Three of Pentacles, but in a much more emotional, supportive sense. So the support you need, the support you desire, the support maybe some of you have been manifesting is on its way or is surrounding you, right? Honestly, I feel like this is more of a here in the now than it is it's coming. I kind of feel like the right people are kind of with you now, which allows you to do this Four of Swords, rest. And it's so funny, we were totally just talking about that. This Four of Swords is about taking it easy, taking a slow down, being willing to take a step back, not have to push, not have to force things so much. And you know, I talked about how the bottom of the deck is the Emperor, which is that divine masculine energy, which does want to achieve and to do and take action and make things happen and you know, uses his initiative and, you know, all these kind of things. And that's not a bad energy. I'm not using this Four of Swords to say don't listen to that. But I think now isn't necessarily the time for that. Right now is a time to be receptive. I was going to say reflective, and that wasn't the word I wanted, but I think it is more about being receptive and being open, because things are definitely changing, right? We have this World card coming up after. Things are shifting. We're walking into, it's almost like walking into a new earth. The way we've done things doesn't serve us. I don't even think it served us then, if I'm completely honest. This isn't if it doesn't serve you, change it, let it go. Like, it's not that. It's the situation we're in, whether it's, you know, pandemic related or not. The situation we're in has completely evolved, right? And now you are evolving along with it, right? As the world revolved around you, it showed you different things, you've learned different things, you've seen things in a different perspective, right? You see things how they could be, right? You have new goals, new desires, a new vision of what you want your reality to look like, to feel like. That's where this Three of Cups brings in that support, right? These are the people that you need to help you along the way, or help you feel grounded and safe and supported through that transition. So it's already happening, right? But again, as the situation changed, you evolved and adapted to it. But now the things you desire, are creating for, now have to shift to match your adjustments, right? And you're going through another phase of adjustment. So it's a lot of shifting. It's a lot of shifting. And I do want to say it's kind of happening all in a relatively short set of time. And that doesn't mean that the situation hasn't been long, right? It could have been since the beginning of COVID and the pandemic in 2020. And here we are halfway through 2021, which I still can't believe, by the way. So you could have been in it for a long time, but this activation, this shift where we're starting to make decisions and take actions and all these kind of things, that I feel like has been a smaller window by comparison. So there's a lot shifting, again, in a relatively short amount of time. That's fine, but again, the mental body, the spiritual body probably has adapted a little quicker. Physical body, taking a little time to catch up, but that's where that Four of Swords comes in. So really listen to your body, listen to what you need on a physical level. You may not all need to hear this, but like literally I'm getting this notion of like diet and food and what you're eating. Not that necessarily you're like on a shit diet or anything like that, but as your body is changing and responding, it might need a little more fuel. It might need less fuel. It might need different fuel, right? So listen to those little intuitive pings, right? And honestly, I know that sounds like just eat cleaner, eat greener, right? Because we talk, people talk about that all the time. That doesn't even necessarily mean that, right? It honestly, that may mean you just have to have some self-love. And if you're craving some ice cream, have some ice cream. right? You don't have to have 12 buckets of it, but like if you just need a little TLC through food to like help you feel a little happier, a little safer, that's fine. If you're feeling really low energy and you've been eating junk and you kind of keep thinking I need to eat something fresh and, you know, has a little life in it, then do that, right? So it's going to be different for you. So you just have to kind of listen to that and kind of love yourself enough to be like, hey, you want that thing? Let's put in the effort and go get that thing, right? Instead of being lazy and just doing what's normal or routine or comfortable, systematic, you know, like if you're craving something out of the ordinary, it's worth it to just go and have it and take it and don't feel guilty about it, enjoy it, whatever it is. Next we have the Devil card here, which to me I think is more about temptation. It's more about kind of falling for the trap again, right? You can kind of see, you know, this image shows the devil on so many different levels. Like at first glance, it just looks like this cute woman in a red dress, and then you realize actually no, she's not even wearing a red dress. It's half a woman sitting on top of a mushroom. So just what? And then you look even closer and you realize it may not even be half a woman. There's spider legs coming out of her torso, so it could be a little beast in disguise sitting on a mushroom. Like there's so many layers to the disguise of what we're actually looking at. So what looks like a safe, comfortable, wonderful environment holds a secret, right? And right now this is about not falling for the bait, not falling for the temptation. Because what the devil's trying to do, and right, when we talk about the devil, it also stands for the ego, right? So your own personal ego. What the ego wants to do is keep you in your place, right? The ego does not like change. The ego does not like evolving, because that means the ego has to work, right, to keep up. Ego's lazy. Ego's lazy. Ego don't want to go anywhere. Ego don't want to get off the little mushroom. Ego just wants to sit there, right? Ego wants to stay in control, in charge, at the top of the heap. And if you start to grow and evolve, then ego has to evolve with you, and ego doesn't want to play that game. So don't fall for that trap of that systematic nature of what's comfortable and routine and what's been done before, and, you know, breaking the mold. Totally breaking the mold. Center of the deck, middle of the deck. You know what I mean? Center of the deck. Seven of Wands. This is you, the strong man, breaking out of these bonds, breaking out of this structure, right? And guess who made these bars? Hello, hi. There's the ego again. You have to live this life. You've got to do these things. You've got to follow these rules. You've got to make these people happy. No, you don't. And you know that now. You legit, you know that. Like, you've accepted that. And now we're in the process of making the decisions to get us out of that. So love to see this right here. We also have the Queen of Cups coming up after that. And again, this is another, to me, this is another level of connection to self, right? Because the Queen of Cups talks about our emotional body, our depth. For some of us, it's even our subconscious, right? And I think that's where this, how do I want to describe this? This kind of fogginess comes in. Because I know I'm experiencing it for sure. This kind of like, I know I want to do something. I know I want to do something different. I maybe kind of know the direction, but I don't really know what the thing is. And I'm not quite sure how to go about it. I'm not quite sure, you know, of the exact next step. And that's fine. That is fine. I just want to point out this card also has a seahorse in it. Seahorse is a great symbol for soulmates. So for some of you, this may even be about relationships, longing for more intimacy, you know, in a existing relationship or a new relationship. Can go either way. But there may be a longing for some emotional security as well, which to me it kind of goes in hand with this energy. As we bust out and break out of things, we might be longing for some emotional support and security, right? Because we're doing something that can be kind of scary and asking to be courageous. We're breaking out of bonds that we've normally felt safe and it felt routine and we know what to expect. As we break out of that, we don't know what to expect. Things might be completely different. So it's nice to have a little lifeline there. So for some of us, maybe feeling for that extra cord, I promise you it's there with this Three of Cups. That emotional support is already there. This soulmate may still be coming in, but that feeling, you're still connected to it, right? So you still have access to that feeling. May not be this soulmate yet, so don't get too hard on yourself, right? Be compassionate to yourself. But that feeling exists for you, all right? But that also may be where some of that fogginess comes from, right? So again, just be compassionate to yourself. If you are feeling some of those things, just love yourself, take care of yourself. Again, if that means, you know what, I'm just going to eat a fucking pizza tonight because I deserve it, again, great. You have yourself that pizza. Love yourself. Next card out, we have this Two of Wands. This is the fogginess, right? Because upright, Two of Wands is about putting those intentions out, you know, having that vision, you know, of what this new earth, and there it is, right? What this new earth you're living in is going to look like. Here, might not be so sure. I don't see this card as very, sometimes it can be kind of stagnant because we don't know what we're putting out there. So instead of trying, we're just like, oh, I don't know, I can't see clearly. I don't know what's happening. I don't see it as, or at least I don't feel it as that kind of stagnancy, but it's that unsure. It's that questioning, like I know it's changing, I know I have to change, but I don't know what to do about it, right? So you're not stuck in the sense where you're clueless, because that's not the case. But I think it's more having the confidence and the almost resolution that I just have to start. I just have to do something, right? It kind of makes me think about this reading, because I was talking to myself before filming. I was like, I know I want to do these readings, but I'm not ready to do these readings just yet. Talking about the Lionsgate readings, but I just feel I have to do something, and that's literally one of those moments where I'm like, you know what? Just turn the camera on. Something will happen. I don't know what it'll be, but something will happen. I feel like we're all kind of in that moment where it's like, you know, something's changing. You know, something is kind of. I was going to say altering, but then like immediately I snatched that word back. Because it's not that it's necessarily altering. You've altered, you've grown, you've changed. And because of that, we know things are changing around us. It's almost like we know this thing is coming, right? And here this Two of Wands is your like, I know I need to do this, or I know I need to do something. I'm just not quite sure what it is yet, and I don't know what to do with that information. But you want to, right? There's a desire to do it. So honestly, the best thing I can tell you when this energy is like this, if you want to get it upright again, just start. Doesn't even have to be the right thing. Just start. Do something. Because that's almost kind of like your heads up to the universe. Be like, I heard you. I get it. I'm on board. I don't fully know what that is yet. I don't completely understand everything you're telling me, you're downloading to me, but I'm on board. So I'm just going to do something to build some momentum, and once I get that momentum, you help to guide me where I go with it, right? But it's kind of like you got to get the ball rolling. Next, we have this King of Pentacles, very grounded, very secure energy. I love this. This is what I'm talking about when I talk about the Seven of Wands. You already have this emotional connection. Like, it's like you're looking forward to this, right? This emotional feeling, but you have access to it now. May not be in the form you want it or are manifesting it, but you can get that feeling now. Same thing, like we may not be at this, you know, big ball of status over here with the King of Pentacles, but you have a connection to it already. Even if it's in a simpler form, you have that now, right? You have the abundance, you have the wealth, you have, like, all of that is already kind of at your disposal. It's just shifting and growing and changing, right? And becoming this bigger, more solid thing. Or at least the confidence in it is growing as well, right? Because the King of Pentacles, he knows he's the shit, right? He knows he's the king of the mountain, right? He sees it, he can prove it, but he also knows it, right? I think that's part of the evolution here from this Seven of Wands up to this King of Pentacles, all right? Okay, we're going to look at this last little bundle, because I haven't even seen what's in here. So we've got the Sun, beautiful. We're always happy when the Sun shows up. Seven of Cups, so another seven coming to play. And this, so Seven of Cups is all about fantasy and imagination, right? Because there can be some confusion here in the Seven of Cups, because you could pick anything. Where do you want to go? What do you want to see? I would say the best way to utilize this energy is to tap into fantasy. Yes, you could do anything. You could do anything. The options are endless. So just dream. What would the biggest, best outcome be? Right? Just take this moment and just fantasize. Daydream. For some of you, this might be meditating, right? Underneath that is the Eight of Swords. That's that mental body, fear, anxiety. You know, I want the thing, but I don't know how to do the thing. That's fine. That's fine. Just dream big. Dream big. What would the next step be in the dream? Don't worry if it's the right thing. Don't worry if it seems crazy and fantastical. Just dream it. Just dream it. And, you know, if I can connect that to the Emperor that's still sitting at the bottom of this deck, this is a hard energy for the Emperor to deal with, right? Because there's a lot of just trusting and emotional feelings. We're feeling our way through this versus, you know, acting it out and doing things that need to be done. There's a feeling here. Oh God, look. Knight of Cups sitting underneath the Emperor. So for some of us, there can be an Emperor coming in, right? Because the Knight of Cups is all about a suitor, someone who's bringing in an emotional offer. So for some of us, so it's so funny I talked about soulmate energy with that seahorse in the you know, near future. So for some, this is about attracting the Emperor, right, with this Knight of Cups underneath. But overall, this energy, I'm telling you, it is tricky for our own inner masculine, right? So for this Emperor to be our own personal inner masculine that we all have. This is a hard energy for masculine energy to deal with. The Emperor would rather come up to this demon and punch him in the face, right? And this energy is telling you, just don't listen to the demon. You got other things to do. Dream and fantasize about what it is. Stay in your feels, right? So if we need to shift our vibration and lift a little bit, hang out with those people who make you feel happy and joyful and playful, give you that vibe of success and feeling really good. Hang on to that emotion and then use that to fantasize and dream about this, what could be, what this new earth, right, looks like if we follow that line, Three of Cups, Seven of Wands, to our little outcome cluster over here, right? And then even with this fogginess, you could do the same thing up to the world. This Two of Wands, not knowing the true direction, what should be done, what do people expect of me, you know, what does, you know, how do I fit in with this world, and what does that mean? And eventually getting to a point with the Seven of Wands, we're like, you know what? It's time to break the mold. I don't fit this society. That's why I feel confused. What I've been doing isn't right for me anymore, right? I don't want to do it. I don't feel connected to it. It doesn't mean anything to me. So that's why I feel so conflicted. So it's time to just be brave and step outside of the box, right? And end that cycle and again, create this new earth. I'm going to have to call this video The New Earth. I don't know. That might be copyright because of that book, but I don't know. I'm going to figure something out. But, ooh, this. So I will say collectively, lots of decisions need to be made. I don't even want to put these away just yet. I think I'll save those for the end. Lots of decisions need to be made. And, you know, that's even a good start. Just making the decision. I'm going to do this thing. I'm going to make this happen. It can even be simpler and be like, you know what, I want to get out of this situation. So anything I can do just to shift and get out of the way I've been feeling, the job I've been having, the relationship that, you know, makes me feel, you know, junk. Like, just the decision that this is what I want to change, right? Right now, don't have to worry about the how, right? If you know the how, great. You're already a step ahead. Oh, didn't even see you. I feel like we're going to keep you. Yeah, just acknowledging it within yourself. Be like, you know what? I don't want this anymore. I want this to change. This isn't the thing I want anymore. Even that's a great start, right? So if you're truly like sitting there, have I not said this in this reading already? To have compassion for yourself. Thank you, Spirit. That was amazing. Just start. And I think that, again, that's another energy that the masculine side of ourselves tends to want to push us. Like, it's not about starting. You can't just do anything. You got to do the thing. You got to do the right one. Do the research. Figure it out. Make it happen. Yes, we are. Rebirth. Love that. You know, masculine energy wants to be successful, where feminine energy is still successful. Might be in a different way, but, you know, feminine energy doesn't have to force it, right? She's willing to, here's what the picture looks like. This is what I'm dreaming of, and I'm going to be open to possibilities, right? Because there may be 100 paths I don't even recognize, but that will lead me to this end goal. And I just need to see what is opening up for me right now. Because maybe I don't completely know. I know what I want, but I don't necessarily know what that looks like or how we're going to get there. So just be open and hold space for that. Okay, I think it's time for our mystery card. Look at that. Protection. And look what a stark contrast. We have this black card and then these lovely like baby blue and baby pink colors. I think this protection card coming out first and falling under this row with the Three of Cups, the Devil, and the Two of Wands is all about already how safe and protected you are. We're walking into scary circumstances, and it's only scary because it's unknown. They're unfamiliar, right? We might have some higher expectations or responsibilities of ourselves or of maybe placed upon us in these new outcomes, and that can be intimidating. But I promise you, you can handle it. I promise you, you can make it through. The key is to have compassion for yourself. Love yourself through it. It's okay if we make a mistake. It's okay if we fumble for a little bit. It's not how you start, it's how you finish, right? So love yourself through that transition, because you are going through a rebirth. Whether this is ascension symptoms from the Lionsgate portal, whether this is you stepping up in your career, this is you finding your mission and your purpose, may even be your soul purpose, there is definite rebirth going on here. You know, we're not done. We're not done with this deck yet. Oh, no, we're not. Hello. As we talk about rebirth, transformation rolls around. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. Sorry, you want to be over there. Oh. I love that. So clarity, I'm not going to take it in reverse, but I love that clarity came up in the reverse. We talked about that fogginess. Do not worry. Do not worry about that. Just start. Just start. Feel your way through it. Like literally, it's that visual of like someone walking through a fog or through a misty forest, and you can only see maybe 3 feet in front of you. You're walking through with your arms in front of you. Just I don't know. I don't want to walk into a tree. But you know what? If you never take a step, you're just going to stay in that forest. You're never going to get out of the fog. So just pick a direction and start walking that way. Eventually the fog will clear. You will find your way out of the forest. The sun will rise, and then you will see clearly, right? So just push. Just push. Keep working through it. And again, it's not about, the right action. Like if you use that little fog story, you have to feel your way out, right? With your feelers, with your hands in front of you. Your feelers! With your feelers. Oh my god. I'm totally going to call my hands my feelers for the rest of the day. But it's, you feel your way through it. If you can't see, if the vision is cloudy, just feel your way through it. That's where you tap into this heart center here, right? With that Queen of Cups showing up as well, right? So feel your way through it. If it feels good, if it feels right, if you feel excited about it, just do it. You don't need another reason. You're like, oh, this just feels good. I'll just do it for the sake of feeling good, right? And then communication. So this communication is always important, right? It's always a good thing. To me, this communication feels a little more future forward. It feels a little down the road, because it feels like as we work through this fog, as we work through the haze and just start taking steps and building momentum, eventually you get to the point where you have the opportunity to speak your mind, to communicate what it is you're desiring. You can tell someone about the dream and the vision and the daydreams and the fantasies and how you've seen this, right? This is what I love. This is what I see myself doing. This is the world I want to create. A point will come where you can communicate that to someone or an opportunity that truly will make it happen, right? So that's what we're walking towards. For some of you, with the Seven of Wands, this may even be about building the confidence to be open and honest with it, and kind of speak your truth to someone, right? Or a group of people, right? Maybe you've worked a corporate job all this time and you really want to, start your own nursery. Who knows, right? This communication card is about the journey to getting to that point where, like, you know what? I'm just going to own it. This is my truth. This is what I want to do. Or, what I feel called to do in this moment. Okay, we're going to bust out these adorable little Lenormand cards, which I think are super cute. I just kind of love them. I will say, for my big giant hands, these tiny little cards are still a little tricky to handle and to shuffle, but it's totally fine. We're going to make it happen. Oh, someone flipped. Hello. The mountain. Yes. Love that. You leaping over the mountain, finding your way over or around the obstacle, right? And, you know, with the mountain card, it's like, mountains look imposing, they look impossible to climb, yet, step by step, it's doable. It may take you longer, you know, you may even walk around it instead of walking over it, but one step at a time, you get there, right? So there are going to be obstacles to literally to climb. I just hated saying that word again. But there may be obstacles in front of you. Journal in reverse. I want to read reversals on these right now. Kind of not feeling it. I might not. Anyway, let me finish with this mountain. So there may be some imposing things that we feel afraid of, right? We feel doubtful of our skills looking at that. How do we ever climb this mountain all on our own? Do not let that worry you. Do not let that freak you out. Clock tower. Yes. Alright, these ones I'm going to look up in the book, because these are new for me and I don't really do Leonormand, so I'm still kind of learning. You know, we always got to learn something new, right? I love this. Anyway, so indulge me for a little bit. Oh, stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it. Love this. Alright. So, journal, we're not actually going to read reversals. This is so perfect. This is literally, and it's on top of clarity as well. Boom. This journal card is about you unveiling your secret. Or secrets. I have more than one. But not that these are like skeletons in the closet, but it's about your truth, right? Who you are, what you want to be, what you want to do. What's your calling? This is you no longer keeping those secrets hidden in a diary. It's time to share. It's time to open up. It's time to be authentic. And authentic in a way that's authentically you. This clock tower, I have a little bit of a love-hate relationship with this card. It is a great card, but there's aspects of it that I just, ugh. To me, this is the clock tower. I don't know why I picked it up with communication. I actually didn't really mean to do that. That's weird. Like, I didn't even realize I did that until just now. Funny. So, what I was going to say about this clock tower, this may actually be who you have to communicate, since I picked it up with the communication card. For those of you where this is really coming through as a work thing, like what you want to do for work, especially if you feel like you're kind of on this like brink of changing your career or wanting to do something different with your career and what you do. For some of you, you may be having to stand up to, I was going to say stand up to a corporation, but it's not like you're trying to take down your company. But, you know, society as a whole, you know, the workplace as a whole tends to function on certain principles and you know, certain ideals that may be not in alignment with the new you or with a certain perspective. And the clock tower is a lot about industry and institutionalized thinking and perspectives, right? I always think of like the structure of the tower, like it's super sharp and straight and, you know, calculated and all these kind of things. There may be this need to speak up to this, you know, structure, this norm. It could even be this societal idea, and kind of tell them to shove it. No, I'm just kidding. But to, you know, again, be authentic. You know what? I want to work with my hands, and I want to work closer to nature, and I want to, you know, start a nursery and sell plants and be outdoors. I don't want to be here, you know, a cog in the wheel, you know, just a piece of the machine. And I'm using that as an example. It can go anyway. I don't mean to like poo-poo on corporate business, right? But it does feel like this big authenticity moment is coming for you. And it's going to be something you can't really deny anymore. You can't refuse this. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Literally couldn't even think of a better card. So literally what I was saying was like, you won't be able to deny this anymore, right? Like, your calling is bubbling to the surface and you cannot refuse it anymore. Because some of us may have refused. We're like, we're just going to try and fit this life. We're going to fit this norm. It's what's expected. It's the natural progression of life. This is what we're supposed to do, right? Nope. You have to be authentic. The Ring card is all about commitments and long-term things. For some, this can be about that Emperor energy coming in, right? So this can be a life partner, a divine partner, a sacred union coming for sure, because this card can speak to marriage. But, you know, in the context of what we were just talking about, this is a true commitment to you, your happiness, and something that's going to be with you forever, right? And I do feel like this clock tower, it's almost giving me actual tower vibes. Like you're inside the clock tower, and the clock tower is keeping you barred. It's keeping you sealed within. Yep. And it's time to unlock that door. Love, 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 love. Oh my God. You know what? And I just want to point out, the key card is also number 33 if it'll focus, right? So Divine Masters, your spiritual team, your guardian angels, they are very close to you right now. They are guiding you through this. And I think I said this earlier, it may not feel like it because of that haze. We just feel foggy and lost, and I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know why, but I know I want to. Your spiritual team literally is right there. They're right there. Oh, collectively, it's time to be true. It's time to be honest with yourself. And at first with yourself, and then ultimately with the world. There's a lot of trust being asked of us as well. Because like I said, with that Emperor energy, our own inner masculine kind of has to learn to allow. He'll get his turn. He'll get his turn to act and to do and to create his own new structure for this new world. But right now we're feeling it through. We're feeling our way through it as we transition and grow, and for some of us ascend. So it's almost kind of twofold. For some, there may be divine masculine energy coming towards us in the form of a partner. It doesn't have to be male, right? It's not about gender. So for one, attracting divine masculine energy, soulmate energy, right? With the seahorse and now the ring. For others, it's about learning how to balance our own inner masculine and our own inner feminine. You know, the masculine wanting to succeed and to do and to act. And right now it's a moment for the feminine to feel and be intuitive and trust and be receptive. So there's a balancing happening within us and also attracting that energy towards us, right? And it kind of makes sense. As we balance and align our own inner divine masculine and feminine, we would also attract a divine masculine, right? So as we own the divine feminine energy within us, a divine masculine finds it, becomes a beacon, right? Yep. Sickle. It's about letting go, cutting things off, right? Oh, and the anchor. Oh, I bet you can guess what the anchor's about, right? All about security, being stable, right? Also being held in place. This again, I also feel like is twofold. Finding your own security and confidence in yourself, and then also being held in the arms of this partner. Garden, social situations. You definitely could be meeting someone. Lock-in. Oh my God, just keeps getting better and better. But that anchor is about finding security and stable ground, finding that strength. And again, for some, it's about finding that security in this partner who's coming towards us. And then along with the sickle, we kind of talked about the sickle already as I kind of got too excited and just flung it out. But it is about cutting off. Actually, I didn't let me show you the card. But it is about cutting off things that don't serve, you know. And I always kind of find it funny that they chose this image, right? I mean, obviously it's a sickle, but I found it funny that they're cutting off a flower. So I didn't realize I wasn't holding that in front of the camera. Because I've been propagating some new basil and all these kind of things. And I was talking to a friend, and you know, I always love flowering plants because flowers are gorgeous. They're beautiful. They smell nice. They look beautiful. They're wonderful. When you're trying to grow and propagate, you always want to cut off the flowers, right? Because otherwise the plant is putting energy into the flower, and instead of like the leaves and helping the plant to grow and to develop roots. Structure and security. Hi. So it is kind of giving me that sense of like, you know, cutting off the extra fluff, right? So that all the energy can go into the things that keep you grounded, the things that make you strong and feel really secure in self. Oh, that was a good one. That was a good one. And actually, sickle is also card number 10. 10's a number of completion, right? Think of the tarot. Whenever we have a 10, it's the ending, right? It's the culmination of that journey in the suits, right? And now it's the end, right? Even whatchamacall, the wheel, I think, is card number 10, if I'm remembering correctly, right? So lots of shifting, lots of changes, lots of growth coming to us right now. But the key to it is trust and allowing. This isn't a journey that's done by force or by, I even wanted to say like cognitive, calculated processing, right? This isn't something that needs to be analytical or even analyzed for that sense. We are feeling our way through it. So balancing our inner divine masculine to allow this to happen and to just help us to stay motivated, right? Focused on the dream. Because again, the emperor looks at the goal, right? He needs to see the finish line, and that keeps him motivated. But it's foggy right now. We can't see that line, so we can't rely on his skills. We're shifting gears to focus on divine feminine energy that allows us to feel a way through it. We don't need to see the finish line because we know what it is. We're dreaming of it. We see it in our mind's eye whenever we want. We don't need to have a clear day to see it, but it allows us to feel our way through it because we know what that sensation feels like. So as we find other actions and other opportunities that give us the same feeling, that's how the divine feminine knows where to go. Right? She doesn't need to see, but the emperor needs to see. He needs to be able to quantify it and have reason and logic on why this is the thing. There isn't as much trust there, or at least not. There's a different level of trust, right? He trusts in his own skills and his own knowledge and facts. We don't have any of that, right? We can't see. It's foggy. So there's a different sense of trust that's kind of being tuned into us right now. And you kind of have to have confidence in your own self and your own inner knowing, and trust that it's pulling you and leading you in the right direction, right? And I kind of say pulling, when I said pulling us, I feel a sense of pulling because I do kind of feel like we're behind. We're not behind because you're never going to be late, right? It's all divine timing. But behind in the sense where, like, it's now a point where we're being pulled down the path, right? Versus taking the initiative. And part of that may be this need for physical rest and physical recovery. Our physical body is leveling up a little bit, right? It needs to recover. So while we rest, it's almost like lying in the cart, and then spirit's kind of pulling us. I don't know why. I was just talking to my friend about something completely different yesterday, but it's giving me because of that and what we're just talking about, it like gives me the picture. For those of you who are old enough, it's like the picture of like sitting in a red flyer, the wagon, and someone pulling it. Like you're kind of like just passed out, tired, taking a nap in the back of a red flyer while someone is pulling you down the sidewalk. It's kind of what's happening. It's trusting and allowing that even though we're taking a step back, you know, we're maybe, I don't want to say phoning it in, but it's like we're giving, you know, 60% instead of the 100. That's okay. It's time. It's a good time to kind of enjoy and take it a little easy and trust and allow, you know, opportunities to come and to kind of give us different choices. You know, someone is leading you down the road, so you can kind of take it a little easier right now. You don't have to force so much, because honestly, what we're working towards is finding this key. The tiny little cards. We're looking for this key to let us out of the tower, because once we're out, That's where you can be authentic. That's where you can be honest and true to what it is you want and desire that makes you feel happy and joyful. Love that. I promised a short reading. It's been like 45 minutes. Yeah, it has been 45 minutes. So we'll wrap it up there. But again, thanks for being patient. My goal is to start filming this weekend. Well, I say that. I know I won't film anything on Saturday. Sunday is the day of the Lionsgate portal. Super exciting. Going to be some major activations for all of us. And then my plan is to do the sign reading so you can see something that's a little more specified to you guys. But I love you guys. Take care. Thank you as always. If you like this video, make sure to hit that like button. I definitely appreciate it. Lets me know what you enjoy and what you want to see more of. If you have anything to share in the comments, I'd love to hear from you. Drop them down below. If you're not already, make sure you're subscribed and have that notification bell on so you'll be notified when your reading comes up next. But until next time, guys, I love you. Take care. I'll see you in your next video. Bye.